Hey, Metaphiles. Okay, hold on. It's
You got it.
okay. The podcast talks to you.
Yes. What else?
We talked about us and the world and why.
That's right.
Okay.
What else?
There's no T in the word else.
What else?
What oats? Shit. I mean, let's see. What else? Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah. Right. Okay. It's episode 68. Episode number 68. I know that much.
What else?
Spider pod.
No, it's some sort of a hair. I'm trying to determine if it's human or otherwise.
MCIS. Metaphiles Crime Investigation Scene. CSI.
Can't tell. What else?
Episode 68.
Ow. Oh.
It's Phrogs.
Oh, God. I think that hair was haunted.
Phrogs is the topic.
Phrogs is the topic. I just got hit in the head by one.
It's like, I mean, come on. Can we do? How we can't even start an episode?
My head hurts.
Oh gosh!
It caught right on the corner of the cardboard.
Oh, did it cut?
No.
Cardboard cuts are real bad.
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna be okay. I can get through the episode.
We don't have a fucking health plan,
Mm-mm.
do we?
Nope. There's no Metaphiles dental or anything.
It's okay.
Okay. Yeah. What now? What?
Phrogs.
What else?
Phrogs is the thing. And listen, I've been doing a lot of thinking here. Less talking, more thinking. That's what I've been doing. And I think I need to afford the Beats Me a little more. I'm not tapping into its full potential.
Wow.
Okay, so
This is what you lay awake at night thinking about.
every night.
Yeah. Hey, it's why you're one of the hosts of the Metaphiles.
You're damn right. Not anybody can do this. Do you think anybody can do this?
Most people, if they had just received the injury I did,
Quit.
straight to the hospital.
Yeah.
I'm going to plow through and go to the hospital after.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, so the true potential of the Beats Me.
Well, I mean, so like I say that, but I don't mean to like make it a whole thing or like put a bunch of pressure on me to like be something with that requires a lot of like effort and shit like that.
Oh, I don't think anybody expects effort from either of us.
Okay, good.
We did a whole episode about how we don't like that.
You're right. We've been here. We're
Go check that one
retreading
out if you're
podcast ground. Yeah, check it out. Next time you feel like putting an effort into something, kind of take a second.
Yeah. Take a second, watch an hour and a half's worth of us.
An episode of podcast. See how I feel about that.
Okay, so, and like, the limits of the Beats Me's potential are unknown.
Nobody knows them.
And you have perhaps achieved the next level, but how many levels there are to achieve cannot be quantified. It's an unknown.
I think it's more of a spectrum.
Or no,
as opposed to levels.
It's a known unknown. You're saying the Beats Me is on the spectrum?
No, it's not so much vertical levels or like a ladder. It's just a spectrum. And like we've this is the color. There's a big old spider on the frog.
Yep.
Anyways, there's
spider on the frog. Spider on the frog. Ding 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 ding.
Let's get that again.
Spider on the frog, oh, spider on the frog. Ding, 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 ding. Spider on the frog, oh, spider on the frog.
That is a
Ding,
level
ding, ding,
of its
ding.
possibilities. Or it's a stop on the spectrum.
Yeah. I'm going to add to that before I forget.
Sure.
Tempo. Here we go.
Ooh, I love that one.
That's what I'm saying, man.
That was really good.
The spectrum is widening. And also,
I might sample that in my real electronic music if the Beats Me will allow it.
the Beats Me is a sacred spot.
Okay, you're right. I won't poach.
Well,
I won't bite.
Yeah. And let me.
Wrap
Just
this thought up.
Well, no, just real quick. This is bugging me. This is too big.
It's kind of in the way.
Yeah.
It's very cute. It's such a relief to have a prop on the table that's not a giant penis. After our last episode,
It is a relief. Yes.
it's very cute, but it does feel like it's kind of like.
Where should we put it? That's gonna go. That burp I just did. That's gonna be right here.
That burp I just did.
That burp I just did. We're just dropping it.
Because we might need it still.
Yeah.
Why don't you slip it right there? Into
Prop shelf.
yes, the
NFL
you
prop
can't
shelf.
see it, but it's covered in all kinds of baubles and
Baubles.
tchotchkes
Yes.
and what else is.
Yeah.
Okay, so the limits of the Beats Me.
Mm-hmm.
That was an example. You did a fantastic tempo
Thank you.
there. Is that what you meant?
Yeah, just trying to like more consciously write. Let's get a frog on the frog tube.
Yeah, there has to be. Right on the fact tube?
Yeah.
That's what a frog is, for anybody
Frog.
that didn't know.
So I'm just like more consciously, deliberately piecing together some legitimately good beats.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah. Our beats are like none other,
that's right.
but they're not often bops, our beats. They're not for that. They haven't been for that traditionally, always.
All bops are beats, but not every beat is a bop.
That's that's exactly right. Yeah. Well, I'm excited for the new
New era.
era of the Beats Me.
That's what it is.
But it still has a burp on it. Things
It's got a
aren't
burp.
changing that much.
Well, yeah. If something works like that, you don't want to throw it away.
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't throw the bathwater out. That's what I always say.
Yeah. You know what? And sometimes the only place that you have to put your pearls is before swine.
That's right.
You don't have anywhere else to put them, so it's like, yeah, put them before swine, but what else? There's nowhere else to put them.
And also, how about this, Jay? If a frog had wings, he wouldn't bump his ass when he hops.
Classic frog saying.
Classic frog saying. We're going to go
Yeah.
through all of the classic frog sayings this
Yeah.
episode.
My grandpa used to say, if hopping took good looks, then you'd be a frog that walked everywhere.
Wow.
I'd be like, I'm not that bad looking, Grandpa. And he said, you are.
Your grandpa thought you were really ugly.
Nah, that's a fabrication, but it is a frog saying.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is now. Was it before just now?
No.
Okay. A new idiom born.
Frog idiom.
And let's get it one more time. If being handsome was hopping, you'd be a frog that walks everywhere. It's pretty good.
Thanks. Thank you.
It's a pretty good idiom,
Mm-hmm.
or prettium, if you will. Prigidium.
Uh-huh.
Prigidium. A metaphile's Prigidium.
If frogs hopped with their brain,
Uh-oh.
you'd be stuck on a lily pad.
Oh, man.
And if you were a frog.
Because my brain. Jay, do you like frogs?
Frogs and me.
Frogs are just you. I'm not going to discuss my feelings on frogs.
Okay. Well, that's always your prerogative as
Thank you.
as a co-host. You don't
Yes.
have to talk about you and the subject.
That's true, and we rarely take it. We rarely take the option. This week, I don't want to talk about me and frogs.
You're going to use the option. Okay.
Or toads. Frogs or toads.
What about horny toads?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll talk about that. No.
All right. Frogs are cool.
Yeah.
Amphibians are pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty cool to have that ability.
Yeah.
It's not as cool as like a loon, the bird.
A frog is not as cool as a loon. Or no amphibian is.
No amphibian, because a loon can walk, fly, and swim underwater like 100 fucking meters underwater, and catch fucking fish through swimming.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty damn cool. Like, the world truly is their oyster. A frog can kind of fly, but not really. But yes, that's about it.
The world
I think
is
they're
your
cool,
oyster.
Yeah.
Like to eat? Or because it has a pearl in it?
I never put much thought into that. But
Me neither.
well,
But it's time to now.
it's time. Welcome to Clamcast, Oyster Pod.
Yes.
Let's start shucking. I always felt like, just like it being a shell, the saying implies that through whatever it's like, you know, referencing about, oh, we got $1 billion, the world is your oyster, because it's contained now within a shell in which you inhabit every corner of. It's yours. It's like your room, and you can touch all the corners of the shell. That's your shell. There's nothing in it that you can't reach, right?
I believe you broke that down 100% correctly.
Thank you.
What else? Yeah, okay, that's probably it.
Let's get a picture on the fact tube of somebody who says else with a T.
Okay.
Boo.
Yeah. I'm doing it for comedic effect, to be clear.
Yeah, well. If frogs hopped with laughs,
Oh, God, the Prigidium is
you'd
really...
be sinking in the swamp, boy.
Frogs are cool. They're not as cool as loons. We did learn that right at the top.
Yeah.
But they are cool. They hop.
They breathe through their skin.
Okay. They have long tongues that
They got
go
long tongues.
boop, really fast.
If you could touch anything in this room, or like within a 20-foot radius with your tongue at any point, not even in this room, like just throughout life, going through life, and you could do that with your tongue, what would you touch with your tongue? Careful.
Hopefully the audience.
Ah. Ooh.
I would like to have touched them. Not with my tongue, though. I take it back.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to sound poignant, but instead I think I sounded like I want to put my tongue on the audience, which is not what we're here to talk about. I'd use it to, like, open the fridge.
Huh. Maybe like go through and drive through, and when they're handing you your food, you could like take a slurp from the soft serve machine.
Yeah. Yeah, get a dollop of McFlurry on my way out. What else?
A dollop.
I'd use it to, if I was bartending, I could grab the beers that I need to hand to people that are over there from over here.
They're like thanks.
Don't worry, none of that got in the inside of the beer.
Here's your tip. Okay.
No, I would not use it to put my tongue on money.
Oh, okay.
Money's covered in poop.
Ah.
Poop and cocaine is on almost all money.
Yeah, I thought I saw that factoid.
On poopandcocaine.com.
The truth about money. Ugh.
But I like thinking about things I would grab with my tongue from far away.
It's pretty fun.
Sometimes the remote is over there instead of right here.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to turn on Animal Planet, see if there's any frogs on it.
Yeah. You can go to the Oscars and
I win every award.
yeah, exactly. Gwyneth Paltrow gets up there and
You beat Gwyneth Paltrow, and I'll be me.
thank
And I'm
you.
wearing a very nice tuxedo. Don't forget.
Okay.
It is the Oscars.
It is. You're right. Thank you for this award. I like to. Excuse me. The very well dressed man over there, I believe he used his frog tongue. Search that man.
And I knock out
Oh.
the Oscar cops,
Oscar cops.
and then I hop, much like Roberto Benigni when he won his award. I hop over all the aisles, and then I'm out of there, straight to Mexico with my 7 Oscars. Best actor, Gwyneth Paltrow.
It's not. Nobody ever gets past the Oscar cops.
Well, they're the most highly trained.
Mm-hmm.
They train under Tom Cruise, Bruce Willis, Will Smith.
That's right.
The guy who played Sipowicz, probably.
What was his fucking name?
I don't know.
It's been a while since I've seen NYPD Blue.
Bruno, wow.
Been a while. Frogs. Yeah.
Frogs. And me, I wish I was holding one right now in my hand.
Yeah. You ever hold a frog and it pees on you?
I don't know.
That's what they do.
I've always tried to get it to.
Come on, pee.
I turn on the faucet, everything. What's frog pee like? Is it warm?
No, you're just holding the frog and then you're like, my hand's wet. Oh, it peed on me. And then you put the frog down and wash your hands. As intended by the frog. Pretty solid scheme they got going.
It's
Don't
pretty
pick
good.
me up, I'll pee on you.
If the Oscar cops were to grab you and you couldn't use your tongue to knock them out, you could pee on them.
Yeah.
And they would get distracted.
Maybe you could use that to get your way in life, just in general. You know, like I was in line ahead of you for my latte.
Well,
No,
you
you
definitely weren't. I've been waiting here for 5 minutes. I watched you come in.
If you don't let me take that spot,
What?
I'll pee on you.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't start peeing yet.
No, I know. I was distracted by my. I have a vibrating belt, and it's vibrated.
That sounds like a cool idea.
It's really fun. It's nice. But anyway, what?
I'll pee on you if you don't move.
Well, I certainly don't want to be peed on.
Well,
Okay, I gotta go.
you walk up to a girl, go out with me, or I'll pee on you.
And then she says, "I'll only go out with you if you do pee on me."
Whoa.
Put on this vibrating belt.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
So okay, here's something. You put a frog in your hand, it pees on you. Pepe the Frog, Donald Trump likes to get peed on.
Yeah, right.
You do the rest, audience.
That's funny.
They'll give you the ingredients. You do the rest.
Cook it up.
Yeah. It's the Blue Apron of comedy here. I don't know what to say about Frogs and Us. I like them a lot. I don't interact with them as often as I wish that I did.
I like that they eat bugs.
Yeah, that's cool.
I hate bugs.
I like some bugs. I saw a bug like 2 days ago.
Cool.
It was.
Oh.
But then, Jay,
Oh, okay.
the bug that I saw,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I have never seen this bug before. It was a brand new bug to me. I'm 33 years old. I saw a bug I haven't seen yet.
What did it look like?
It was kind of fuzzy. It kind of had wings. It kind of had a tail. It was
Whoa.
sort of like almost a dragonfly, but not, kind of that.
What the fuck?
It was a brand new bug.
Brand new bug.
And it's like, is that going to just keep happening my whole life? Do I have a lifetime's worth of a new bug will show up every once in a while? That's great.
Pretty cool. That's like if anybody out there with, suicidal ideation,
Mm.
there's a bunch of new bugs.
Think of all the
haven't
bugs
seen
you
yet.
haven't seen yet, and you don't even know you haven't seen them yet.
It's so terrible.
Yeah. If we were responsible, we'd put a number down at the bottom right now, but I don't know the number.
They can find it.
Yeah. Google it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Bugs are, I don't know, generally, what's up?
Well, I was watching this show from the early 2000s recently, and it's kind of a detective show. And in the A plot of this show, they were investigating a rape. And they were saying all throughout the episode, this person was raped, and you are the one who raped, and they just kept saying that word over and over and over again.
Uh-huh.
The B plot of the episode was about a guy who had a gambling addiction. Episode comes to a close, fade out, a number for if you have gambling problems came on the screen. Of the two problems
Right.
that were happening in the episode.
Right.
In the early 2000s, gambling was deemed to be the more crisis
God.
one. Sorry if that's dark comedy
Okay.
on the Frogs episode.
Maybe we should do an episode of like dark comedy.
Okay.
I mean, not now, but yeah,
No, right now we're talking
That'd
about
be cool.
Frogs and us.
that's right.
And toads.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, does toad...
What's up?
Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, we mentioned before a few episodes back that we've both eaten frog legs.
Yeah.
Tasty.
I want to eat them again. Not to go into research stuff. This is something I didn't write down. But there's some frog. It's called like... It's not Kentucky, but we'll say that it's Kentucky. But it was called the Kentucky chicken frog. And it was named that because it tastes so much like chicken. And it is very nearly extinct because of this. It's like, well, you probably shouldn't have called it that then.
Yeah. The Kentucky tasty morsel. Kentucky fried frog.
I'd like to eat frog again just to remember what it tastes like, but then no more because they're too cute.
Too cute.
And all animals that are delicious are also cute,
Too cute.
but we got so many other options.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, maybe mentioning dark comedy kind of put me in this direction, but for some reason that whole entire conversation we just had made me think of what it might be like 30 years in the future, and I envision McDonald's cows, where like the cows have like McDonald's logo on their fur, like patterns of McDonald's double arches.
Yeah.
Those are the Big Mac cows. Those are the double quarter pounder with cheese.
Oh, and I thought you were gonna. Well, let's go 10 years further past that.
If we dare.
We travel further into the future. That's the sound of the
Whoa.
future. And now the McDonald's cow, you just like touch your hand to the cow, grip it,
Pull out it.
and then that part snaps back, and you are holding a Big Mac now.
Oh my gosh, this is some David Cronenberg shit.
But it's good, nice for the cow.
Yeah, they don't die. They just like, oh, now I have to eat more grass.
Yeah, which is what he was going to do anyway.
Wow, that's perverse.
It's not any different than milking
Delicious.
it.
You're right. Maybe that would be more like it. Instead of milk, it's not a dairy cow, it's a Big Mac cow.
Yeah, and out of its udders come barbecue or honey mustard, depending on the udder.
Brave new world. This is an incredible future we have ahead of us.
And this udder, oh, Baja Blast. I thought you could only get that at Taco Bell here in the year 2080.
Wow.
Baja Blast has opened up.
How would you get the French fries?
It's out of its butt. Is that what you wanted? No, I know it's not. I know it's...
Grim. Okay. Well, that's all very true. Good talk.
Yeah.
That's all very true.
And like again, this is normally something we'd kind of save for later, but what are frogs going to be like in the future, you think? Once we've achieved that, the McDonald's cow technology.
And we're just bored and we're like, we can't. Well, what else do we got?
Yeah.
What else can we take to its ultimate conclusion?
Yeah. What's the furthest on the spectrum of possibility of a future frog? It can hop. Its hops generate renewable energy.
Oh, whoa. Oh, yes. Wow. Like all the lily pads are
hop panels.
hop panels, and they like convert the electricity from a frog hop into you being able to power your electric shaver.
This is good, man. We should really be in charge of animals.
The United States Department of Animals.
Yeah.
We should be head of that.
Zach and Jay.
That's obvious. Yeah.
Or Jay and Zach, whichever.
Send letters to Bill Gates.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, can we figure out how to make frogs produce electricity when they hop?
Yeah. And then like
Here's
Peru.
$1 trillion.
Peru calls us up. Is like, we got us all these yaks out here. What can you do with it?
They shit sweaters.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
Done. You're welcome, Peru. And now we're like heroes in Peru.
And it's so green and so sustainable.
Yeah. They throw us our own parade in Peru, which we don't really care about, except we are getting roses thrown at us.
Mm-hmm. How about fish that are already sushi?
Yeah.
Just in the ocean, it's like sushi swimming around.
Yeah.
So you just catch it, chopsticks,
You catch it with your really long chopsticks, reel it in.
California roll.
Yeah. That's the one that has squawk in it.
Yeah.
Not sure how I feel about that.
I can never make it through a stack or whatever the fuck of sushi.
A roll.
Well, I mean, I can, but a roll. I just don't enjoy it after like fifth or sixth one.
Wow.
Well, I do, but I love sushi. Never mind.
Okay.
Hey, frog sushi, huh?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Welcome to Leia Plays. I'm out of sorts for this episode.
Legitimately?
Well, none of this is legitimate.
Oh.
This is a part of the podcast where I think of a better idea for a podcast might be better than this podcast, potentially. This one's called On the Fly. So, welcome to episode 1 of On the Fly. This is a podcast where we ask a lot of questions, including where to get flies. That's the question of episode 1 of On the Fly. Where do you get them? And I understand that we're humans, and humans generally don't like flies being around, but that doesn't mean that we still don't want to uncover knowledge
Sure.
and answer questions that we all have.
Hey, I'm the co-host of On the Fly. Welcome to the podcast. My name's Chuck.
Chuck.
And
What's up, Chuck?
and
Good to have you.
And what's up, Chuck, is my catchphrase.
Mm-hmm.
If there's something that I don't like having around, I want to know where it is,
Yeah,
so that it will not be around me.
that's right.
Yeah.
It's useful knowledge for all of us to have. And so, in this search for knowledge, specifically as human beings, which we are curious beings,
Yeah.
we want to know where the flies are because we're not going to turn our backs on useful information like that and like how to avoid them and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because we, ew.
I have a suggestion.
What's up?
They like when it's stinky.
Ah,
So you make something stinky, they will come.
right.
Stinky poop, stinky old food, stinky
Right.
rag, a rag.
So, yeah. Okay.
That's some ways.
Well, that's all good to know.
Yeah. Should we leap into episode 2?
What? No. I mean, first of all, we'd be walking as people, as human beings in episode 2. And no. Episode 1 is all about, first and foremost, where to get the flies. Where to know where to not go to, if you don't, for flies to not.
Yeah. Don't go where the rags are.
Don't go where the rags are, which we need to know where that is in order to not go there.
Yeah. At
Where's
like
that?
At like where are they?
Like a restaurant or something.
There's
right?
gonna be rags there. Yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say at a mechanic shop.
Yeah?
There will be a rag there.
Kind of like dry though.
Well,
I mean, just like getting over it. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I have dry skin. As a human being, my outside is dry, and I don't like that.
little.
Okay.
There is it because there's a fly in the ointment. Ha 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 ha! What's up, Chuck?
Oh, that was good. That was good.
So okay, should we go into episode 2 of what?
No.
Okay.
Episode 1, we're figuring out how to not get flies.
On episode 1 of On
We want
the
to know
Fly.
where to not go, and how we would get
feel
there
like
so that we can't do
I
that.
feel like we covered it.
Okay. Well,
I'm
first
sorry
of all,
that I'm enjoying myself here on this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, sure. And
It's
like,
fun to be a co-host of a podcast. That's why I'm laughing so much. But I really do think we've covered it.
and I'd like to thank you for taking care of all the computer aspects of the podcast.
Sure.
I know how, and I understand computers.
Yes.
I just like other people to do it for me. So,
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, I opened up the computer and there weren't any flies on it. So
I mean, oh, good. So, well, this is really just like a one episode podcast overall.
okay.
There was just like uncovering the question of where.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
And I know you kind of only seem to want to know where they are and how to know where they are.
Well,
Would it be
that, like,
would
to
it
know
be
where they not are, so I could stay there as a human.
would it be yes? Would it be dreadfully rude of me to ask what you will do with this information when you have it?
I'll put it on my computer so that I know, so that I have it, and then just walk away. That's all. That's it.
Okay.
And get a job and stuff like that.
Yeah.
To eat,
What kind of-
foods.
what
Hot
kind of-
dogs. I like to eat hot dogs.
Hey.
People, I like hot dogs.
Yeah. All of us
That's
human
what it-
beings do.
Yep.
What kind of field do you think you might get into?
Of damp, moist, darker, kind of field.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you got a little something on your hair there. I'm just gonna brush it off. I knew it! Fucking frog! I knew it.
What?
Look at you. You're a goddamn frog.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks for watching this one episode podcast.
Oh, goddamn, I have so many more questions, but...
My cover's blown. I'm a frog.
Yeah, it's amazing that you're hosting a podcast.
Well, again, I mean, you did all the actual computer work.
Yeah, well, yeah, but, like, you're... I don't mean to be disrespectful, but you're a frog.
Why would that be disrespectful?
Because, like... You're not known for your tech savvy, but the fact that you're talking and hosting a podcast is pretty incredible.
I'm actually 500 frogs in a person's suit. It took all of us.
Oh. I mean, that now I'm not impressed anymore.
Yeah, it was like the Tower of Babel for frogs.
Yeah, now
Tower of Ribbit.
Now it seems kind of stupid, actually.
Yeah, it is.
So, all right.
Yeah. Let's get a good ribbit sound. A good, solid ribbit sample.
I can't believe it took us this long, but and of course you'll be the one to make it because I don't mean to stereotype, but you probably know how to make that noise pretty well.
Dope. There we go. Just a stock one. No, why would I know that?
Oh, just because you're so good at sound effects usually.
I spit bars because that's what humans do, and frogs don't do that.
Yeah. You want to spit one?
I legitimately don't think I could do a good sounding ribbit. I have limits. I'm a human being. I'm not actually frogs.
Yeah, let's go ahead and pull the...
It was just a bit.
Well, look, it had to happen at some point in the episode.
That's true.
Let's have a ribbit off.
Okay.
It had to happen at some point. Might as well be now.
How do you even do that? Ribbit. Ribbit. I think yours is better. Ribbit.
And then sometimes they go. Starting to feel like we're in a bog.
Yeah, it is. This is a swamp, or is it the Metaphile Studios? I can't tell. It should be a real, for the Beats Me, it should be an actual, like, ribbit sample.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I just knew there needed to be a ribbit off, and now we've done it.
Yeah. I didn't feel too confident about my ribbit ability.
It's okay.
I've never heard a person do a real ribbit. Have you?
Not really.
That's what I thought. Think about it. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Segment 2. Metaphiles. Frogs in the world. Frog world. That was a good ribbit.
That was a burp ribbit.
Yeah. Let's get a beat.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and do that.
Spider on the frog, oh spider on the frog, ding 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 ding. Spider on the frog, oh spider on the frog, ding 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 ding.
Very cool.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Felt like a new era of beats.
Oh yeah.
Hey Jay, let's have some facts.
Let's do it.
Frogs are amphibians.
They make up 88% of all amphibious life. They are amphibians, subclassification Salientia, subclassification the order of Anura.
Anura.
The order of Anura.
Cool.
Sounds sweet, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what frogs are. The oldest fossil of a proto-frog was found in Madagascar and dates back to the early Triassic period.
Who would date a frog?
What's up, Chuck? But it is believed that these proto-frogs date back as far as the Permian era, 265 million years ago.
Not the Permian era.
That one. That long ago, things were hopping and
Wow.
bopping. They have many defense mechanisms, the frogs.
Uh-huh.
Camouflage, jumping, screaming, bufotoxins on the skin, poison sacs on their temples, and those things can release hallucinogens, convulsants, nerve poisons, and vasoconstrictors, which make your blood vessels squeeze up tight. No blood can get through.
Sounds like my mother-in-law.
Some of them, Jay, are very brightly colored, which lets a predator know that they are going to be poisonous, and that is called aposematism. Aposematism.
Anti-Semitism?
It is called anti-Semitism. The frogs are not so good. Aposematism is when you look like you're going to be poisoned.
Let's get...
Aposematism.
Just that last one.
Okay. That's crazy. We got to stop on that because if I'm a wolf
Uh-huh.
and I see a frog and I think that's dinner,
Yeah.
but then I see a frog and it's red, I am a wolf that knows that's poison now?
Right.
Why do I know that?
So, it's kind of the chicken and the egg as an evolutionary question because the wolves that would eat the bright frog would die and not reproduce.
Yes.
But then it's like, okay, but what about the brightly colored frogs that got eaten? They died too.
They died for the cause.
Yeah, but they wouldn't reproduce. So it's just like...
Oh, yes. So, like, out in the woods, some frog
It's out there right now.
Some frog is out there right... Well, no, not anymore. We're talking way back.
Oh, right.
Maybe in the Permian era.
Permian.
Some frog saw his uncle, who was, like, orange,
Mm-hmm.
get eaten.
Yeah.
And was like, when I have kids, they're going to be really much more bright orange than him.
Wasn't bright enough. Yeah.
And so his kid's brighter. Next kid's brighter than that.
Mm-hmm.
Some wolf saw his uncle eat a bright red frog. He said, when I have kids, I'm not going to eat the bright red frogs. Is it that?
Yeah.
And this is a thing we've run into before, I know. Do animals know, like, in their genes,
Mm-hmm.
what previous generations of animals knew?
Mm.
There's a term for that. I don't know what it is, and I also don't know if that's a real thing or not. And this has definitely happened on the podcast before. We've had this exact conversation. I still don't know.
Well, it's an interesting question about, really epistemology of, like, what is knowledge? Like, we say that, and, like, how could an animal know that? But it's like, we think we're so different just because, like, we use words, for example.
Yeah.
But does that make it that much more different? Because the things we speak to other people it's still knowledge, and, like, it still comes from somewhere. It's not just the words.
Right. Yes.
I don't know.
No, you're right.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah.
Like, if I looked at If I looked at a rotten apple
Mm.
and it didn't smell bad,
Mm.
would I know just by looking at it that it's not good to eat?
Yeah, and tasting it. Yeah.
But before taste.
Even just looking at it? I think so, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Something in my brain is going to tell me before any smelling
Yeah.
that's bad. And did I
Seeing,
learn
like-
that from my grandpa's brain get transferred down to me?
Surely. I mean, what else? There's nothing about you that wasn't from your grandpa. Think about that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe Daft Punk.
But I don't like them.
Oh, well, there you go.
Sorry, ditch the vocoder, boys. We don't got time for that right now. Another thing that certain frogs and toads will do, there's one, I forget what it is, but it has a defense pose.
They'll hop. No.
We covered that. It has a defense pose where it sticks its butt up, and now it's on 4 legs like that. Let's pull a picture of it up. It's pretty wild. It looks like a different animal.
You go ahead and turn the switch on that one, buddy.
I can't, man. It's all over there. That's crazy. Looks like a...
What's the? It just looks like a different animal.
It looks scarier.
Oh yeah.
Another thing
Square
they'll do, certain ones will fight. A frog will fight. But here's how. I watched a video of it, narrated by David Attenborough. Here's how a frog fights. It jumps at you with its mouth really wide open. And it like kind of just like maybe shoves you a little if you're another frog. That's it. That's all they got.
Wow.
It's really dumb looking.
Okay. Frogs are like pretty dumb in general. Just everything about them is just kind of dumb.
Yeah, they're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
That's all the defenses of frogs. Now let's get some frog science going on.
They have science?
We do.
Oh.
There was too much dissecting of frogs in schools. Now they dissect a digital frog.
Huh. Yeah, and you know what? That's what's wrong with these kids.
That's exactly what's wrong with them.
That's where it all went wrong.
Back in my day, cut up a real frog.
That's
In
it.
in 1952, Robert Briggs and Thomas J. King
Two nice fellows.
cloned a frog by somatic cell nuclear transfer, the same technique that was later used to create Dolly, the most famous cloned animal probably still today.
sheep?
That's right. But their experiment was the first time that successful nuclear transplantation had been accomplished in higher animals. So,
That's a little insulting.
yeah,
Yeah.
like they did it to a plankton first, but that don't get no credit because it's a low animal.
I'm just a plankton.
I'm assuming it was a plankton.
Mm-hmm.
In 1970, on November the 9th, 2 frogs went to space. NASA sent them up there to test weightlessness in a mission called the Orbiting Frog Otolith Mission.
That was a good one.
And what an otolith is a calcium structure in the inner ear which allows an organism, including human beings, to perceive linear acceleration both horizontally and vertically.
Huh.
Which, that's in the ear. What's the ear doing with that?
What?
That should be the skin's job or the bones' job.
Or just a whole other different deal.
Yeah. It's
Weird.
not. It's your ear. The
Huh.
only reason you know a car's moving is because of your ear. And we found
I'm sure. I'm sure. No, it's crazy. Like, what is it like to be a person where that just fails?
probably sucks. The African clawed frog.
Yeah, it probably does.
Sorry, I'm a little tired today.
Ooh. Hey, do frogs sleep?
Huh?
That's the real question. Do frogs sleep? Probably not.
They gotta.
Well, who knows?
Everything sleeps. And one day everything sleeps for a long time. The African clawed frog, or platana, of Xenopus laevus, was first widely used in laboratories in pregnancy tests in the first half of the 20th century. The 20th century, not the 28th.
They fucked a frog?
A sample of urine from a pregnant woman injected into a female frog induces it to lay eggs.
Oh.
Pregnant lady piss made a frog lay an egg. This was a discovery made by English zoologist Lancelot Hogben.
Weird fella.
Yes, odd fellow, Sir Lancelot. It is because a hormone, blah, blah, blah. That part's not interesting. Yeah, this guy...
Wow.
And then did he maybe put some in him, see if he could lay an egg? We don't know if Lancelot did that or not.
In his spare time, which you don't have to know about, the college doesn't need to know.
No, and it's like there's so much of the pregnant lady piss around, a little bit of it going missing, and they'll make more. What's the difference?
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, if some is not there, it's fine. That's frogs and science. Now we will move on to frogs
and dinner.
The leg of the frog is tasty. The body as well. No, now we move on to truly the world. Frogs and the world. In traditional Chinese myths, the world rests on a giant frog who sometimes would try to swallow the moon, and that is what makes an eclipse. For the Mayans,
I don't know where they got that.
frogs represented water, crops, fertility, and birth, and were associated with the god Chak, who is a rain, thunder, and lightning god.
What's up, Chuck?
What's up, Chuck? Yeah. Ha ha ha. Medieval Europeans, who are always so fun, associated frogs and toads with evil and witchcraft. What didn't they?
You're right, yeah.
Just a bummer era.
Oh, God, is that a frog? No!
Oh, God, is that bread that was cooked? Oh, God, is that shoe a dick? Oh!
God saved himself.
Jeez. Greeks and Romans associated frogs with fertility, harmony, and licentiousness, which means freedom from sexual repression.
Licentiousness.
They wanted that frog piss to get them pregnant. In Finland, miniature wooden coffins containing frogs have been discovered under the floors of some churches.
What the fuck?
And are thought to have been either magical practice or protection against magic. Which, when you hear a thing like that, it makes me feel like, is magic real, maybe? Just a little.
What about that makes you think that?
That they had a little frog in a coffin under a church, and like maybe it really did do something. Or maybe they really did do something with it. Maybe they did a spell.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
All right, we don't, it's not the magic episode. We'll get to that some other time.
That would be a good topic.
Folklorist Andrew Lang.
I would just think like watching David Blaine would be like, maybe magic is real.
That's illusions.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
That's illusions.
David Blaine has never put a frog in a coffin.
Coin time.
Frog time.
That's been coin frog time.
Been coin frog time.
Folklorist Andrew Lang listed myths about a frog or a toad that swallows or blocks the flow of waters occurring in many world mythologies. But researcher Anna Engelking drew attention to the fact that studies on Indo-European mythology and its languages see a link between frogs and the underworld, and by extension, sickness and death. I don't know why that's a but. It seems like those are kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
But anyhow, in the Bible, the second plague of Egypt, described in the book of Exodus 8:6, is of frogs.
All in frogs.
And in the New Testament, frogs are associated with unclean spirits in Revelation 16:13.
Yeah, I can recite it by memory. And the frog came forth, and Donald Trump was upon its back. That's the verse.
Amen.
Amen.
The Bible, let's talk about the Bible for a second.
Sure.
They really nailed it. The Bible really nailed it on having the little numbers next to everything. That's so convenient.
Yeah.
Like, every book should have that.
Yeah.
If I was like, hey, there's this part of this Vonnegut book that's really awesome, you have a copy of it, go ahead and go
The
to...
Book of Vonnegut, chapter 4, verse 18.
Yeah, go ahead and go to, 7:5. There's this really good line I want you to check out.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Why is the Bible the only one? Because it's awesome.
Well, I mean, it kind of detracts. It's kind of distracting from just the experience of reading just normal prose.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well,
You don't want to see numbers all the time.
but aren't they really small in the Bible, just really small next to it?
Yeah, but they're still there.
Mm.
They're not that small.
Okay,
They're
so
a
I
little bit
shouldn't
smaller
do
than
it.
words.
So I shouldn't do it with my book when it gets published.
Nah.
Erst verse 8:19.
I'm sure some
Some hack.
fiction.
You're gonna say some hack.
Well, they've done it before.
Yeah, you're probably right. Okay, here's the last one that is science. Oh, also, of course, you have the Brothers Grimm wrote The Frog Prince, where princess kisses a frog, he turns into a prince, and that's what they wanted each other to be. Most famous frog story, probably. Brothers Grimm. I don't think I ever knew they wrote that.
Yeah.
Which is just, we all know that story as a thing. Here's the last one, and I think you'll know why I saved it for last. And I wonder if our audience will know as well. Ancient Egyptians saw frogs as a symbol of fertility because millions of them were born at the annual flooding of the Nile every year, annually. And they often depicted their god Heket as a frog or a woman with a frog's head, or more rarely as a frog on the end of a phallus to explicitly indicate her association with fertility. So,
The cock frog.
cock frog, and we don't have to talk about that one chimp. I don't want to talk about it. That's not why this was last. This is why this one got saved for last. A lesser-known Egyptian god was also sometimes shown in the form of a frog, and his name, Jay, was Kek.
Mm-hmm.
K-E-K.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you know why I'm bringing this up?
That's the whole Donald Trump frog shit
Yes, it is. And that was the
that
timer.
we keep referencing.
Yes. And should we go to break and then discuss that a little bit?
Sure.
Or not go to break and not discuss that, or go to break and then not discuss that after.
Any combination of that.
Yes.
But a break.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, welcome back, Metaphiles. You know what it's like. It's segment 3, right? All right. Why frogs? Why are these frogs around everywhere? We've got you. You know what frogs are like. They're everywhere. Zach, what do you got?
Frogs.
That's true.
Okay. I always assumed that LOL evolved into KEK.
Mm-hmm.
And it is used in these communities, which we don't even need to get that much into.
This very internet shit right here.
Very internet shit.
You're on the internet.
Here on the internet, but we're not that internet. We're this internet
Right.
So kek would be used like LOL. Kek.
Yeah.
As ha 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 ha. Kek is very much associated with Pepe.
Pepe the Frog. Mm-hmm.
Who we all know what they think
The
he
legacy.
likes to talk about. The guy who made the frog does not think that's what Pepe likes to talk about, but then some of these internets do.
I remember reading those comics before all of it. And they were funny.
But now also there's this Egyptian god that's name is that.
Yes.
And Pepe is like a god, and there's a whole thing, and it's very interesting, and that's all we're gonna say about it for right now, I think, right?
Sure.
Or unless, I'd like to hear what you have to say, but I feel like we're probably gonna talk about it after the episode is over instead, right?
Well, yeah.
Sorry.
It's just so inside baseball.
Yeah.
It's just so online.
Mm-hmm. And it's part of the algorithm, and that holds no truck here.
No algorithms.
So let's move on to not why Pepe, not why any of these things.
Well, it's gonna be.
Why
it's gonna be going.
frogs?
Why frogs?
Spider on the frog, spider on the frog, ding ding ding. Epistemicism. Spider on the frog, spider on the frog, ding 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 ding. Epistemicism. Spider on the frog, spider on the frog, ding 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 ding.
Perfect. That's why frogs.
That's why. That's why. Why frogs, they evolved that way. I do believe that.
Well, you know what? Something had to hop
Yeah.
and be super moist at the same time. Who's going to do that? Frogs.
A frog will.
Yeah.
A kangaroo will do part of it.
If it rains.
If it rains, it will do both parts. But another thing that one of those glands that the frog has is that it makes it slippery. It slips right away from the wolf. Kangaroo can't do that. Although, sorry, I have heard that the inside of their pouch is mucousy and gross and not like what you think.
Kangaroo?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope not. That sounds terrible. But, I mean, we have gone over this in 4 or 5 episodes back when we talked about slime.
Mm-hmm.
And its uses.
Yes.
Including in the natural world, such as we are currently referring to with frogs and hopefully not kangaroos. That's just like, that would just be so gross.
I think
That's like-
I think it's slime in there because they put their little baby in there, and the slime keeps the baby nice.
The slime keeps the baby nice? Is that
This is what I believe.
is that the lesson for this episode?
It might be. It's either that or that loons are cooler than all amphibians, which
That could be.
pretty good
Could be a
one.
good lesson. But yeah, anyways. Yeah. Slime can be a good thing. But okay, well no, the kangaroo with the pouch like that was like if you had a hoodie,
Yeah.
one of the non-zip up kinds, the pullover hoodies, and they got the
The
through
double
pocket.
pocket, yeah. I
And
hate
it's all
that.
full of peanut butter. You don't like that?
No, I want a zipper.
Yeah, I can go either way personally.
It sucks having to go like this
Gotcha.
twice. I already have to do it one time. Twice.
Get some slime in there and make it a lot easier.
It would. But okay, I put my hands in there full of peanut butter. Am
Yeah,
I
it's not
hungry?
So slimy. Ooh. No, you can't eat the slime.
I can't eat the slime?
No.
Can someone else?
It's not edible.
It's non-edible peanut butter.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Yeah, I was watching it to make sure it wasn't heading your way.
Thank you.
We're in spider territory down here in Metaphile Studios. They're taking over little by little.
Frogs eat spiders.
That's true.
That's
and we
why.
did once time have a frog in here. And
We did.
God, I wish it would happen again. And I wish for every spider there were 3 frogs in here.
Oh, please. Oh, please, God. My only wish. That's like... You like are on a date and a wishbone and like you do the, and she's like, "What did you wish for?" 3 frogs for every spider. Okay.
3 frogs for every spider.
I wish for kangaroos to not have slime in their pouches. Okay.
Listen, I heard that. I didn't hear the second part. The
I'm
second
really
part,
hung up on it.
The second part is me making it up, but it's the only thing I can think of that makes it make sense. I think it has to be slime in there so that the baby kangaroo is in the slime and it likes the slime and the slime is good for it. So if you're saying no slime for the kangaroos, you're saying no more kangaroos, which Australian people would be happy about because they're sick of them over there. But I'd miss it.
Yeah.
And I want to visit Australia. I love every Australian person I've ever met. I'm sorry,
Bless them.
but
Bless
you
them.
you know that I think kangaroos are cute, and I know
do.
that you're sick of them over there. But you got to understand, I'm not over there, so to me they're cute, and I think they should have slime.
You listening to that?
Okay, mate.
Okay. That's all true. Like, and
Yeah.
I've felt that too. And like, I'm just like somebody who finally said it.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man. It was hard because I don't like to yell at the Australians. They're chill
Yeah.
people by and large.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah. I was at the bar the other night. My friend was like, "I'm going to tell everybody about the slime and kangaroo pouches." I'm like, "No, man, no. Just chill. The Australians."
at the time.
Yeah.
I had this gaggle of Australians come into the bar that I was bartending at like a week ago, and they
Gaggle.
were a gaggle of Australians ordering Coors Lights.
Oh, really?
Let me get 3 Coors Lights, one would say, and then
Coors
immediately
Light.
he'd walk away with his 3, and another one would walk up. Let me get 2 Coors Lights. They were drinking every Coors Light I had in the damn house.
Wow.
I sold so many. I probably sold 50 Coors Lights within the span of about an hour. It was
Wow.
fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
Did they tip well?
Yeah. They're all right.
Word. Did you tell them that the toilet was spinning the other way? Don't worry about it.
Listen, don't be scared. What in God's name's going on here? Have I travelled to hell?
It's going backwards, mate.
Am I getting younger? Am I a Benjamin Button now?
Benjamin Button. Yeah.
Are kangaroos slimes on the outside here?
Oh. Slimy kangaroo.
This is not the slime episode.
Hey, man, I love your slimy kangaroo shirt, man. I saw them in Melbourne. They were really tight. They sounded great. Yeah. So why frogs is because something's got to be moist and hoppy.
Something's gotta. It's like there's like a Jay, you take it for a second.
Okay. The enemy of frogs?
Mm-hmm.
The desert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
the
lily pads out there.
Yeah.
And hardly a fly.
Well, yeah.
There's maybe 1 or 2 buzzing around an old cow skull,
Yeah.
but a vulture's gonna be there.
Well, you know, it's just too damn dry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's all these varieties of ways that animals have to not get killed by other animals.
Yes.
This is what I was trying to say a second ago.
Yeah.
That's the cleanest I can make it.
It was well put.
Thank you. So there had to be one that its thing is, I will just jump. I'll just jump away.
Yeah,
There was not that before.
You're right. Yeah.
And Frog cornered the damn market on it.
Because you can jump away from something you don't like.
Yeah.
That's why frogs.
That's why.
S-
And even a
Jump
kangaroo, the second most jumpingest animal there is, it does not use that to get away. If it has a problem, it kicks that problem.
But frogs, they open their mouth and put their mouth on things. But yeah, no, they jump.
They jump.
You know, we evolved to optimize our brain organ.
Yes. That's our
Frogs?
defense mechanism.
Yeah, and then frogs, they were like,
That and peeing on
just
someone.
wait, that's the wrong. What?
Huh?
Frogs just gotta jump.
Gotta jump.
They optimized all their evolution and just for jumping.
Absolutely.
That's all they gotta do.
So yes, its villain is the desert.
Yeah.
The lesson is one of those two that we said.
The slime makes the baby good.
Yes, / loons are better than all amphibians
Yeah.
because they can do one extra thing,
Let's
which is a big one.
A big one. Let's let the YouTube commenters sound off and pick one of those. Let us know which one you want.
Yeah. And there's a right one, and there's a wrong one. And I'd like the people to be very upset with the other people.
Yeah. What's the twist?
Well, first, let's just go ahead and say that, of course, a frog is a force of nature.
Yeah.
But I have a thing that I think needs to be addressed about that. Because we've happened upon a lot of topics lately that we put into the King BB realm where forces of nature go. But I think we owe it to ourselves, to our listeners, and to the topics of which we discuss these things.
Okay.
That when something enters the King BB, it must also
Go somewhere else?
we have to say where it would go if it couldn't go there.
Interesting.
Because it's a little bit of a cop-out sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, good point.
And we don't have to retroactive it, but for this one, I want to say if frogs couldn't go to King BB, they absolutely are hopping up there in Pinewood Heaven because I want them up there if I'm there.
They are like, okay, so they're stupid. They're really dumb.
Dumb.
Yeah.
They are dumb as shit.
But they're pretty cool.
They're pretty cool. They're pretty cute. I want one in my hand right now.
Hold a pee.
I'll handle it.
I guess it's toads that do that, really. I don't think regular frogs do it, but
I think they both pee. So yeah, you agree with me? Like
them and me both.
King BB needs a second.
You're right. You're totally right.
Yeah, and yeah, okay.
It is a cop out.
Yeah, and it's like we didn't design it this way, but it just has occurred to me as we've had so many things going there recently that it's like they don't have to suffer any judgment.
Yeah.
And how can that be?
Ain't right.
Okay, so a new precedent is set here on episode 68.
Take note.
Yeah. Hey, our next episode is episode 69. We'll save it. Twist. That's corn. That's a corn song.
Ooh.
With very much scatting in it. It's 90% scatting, and then he goes twist a couple times, then back to scatting. It's the best one. It's the best one they ever did.
Really?
Yes.
Oh
it's my favorite one.
Jonathan Davis? He's half frog.
He could hop.
Yeah.
He could hop. Hey, what about a frog going to a punk show? He'd have fun.
Yeah. Let's see a punk
fit right
frog.
in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, punk frog. Punk. Okay, hang on. Do you know where I'm going?
No, just the
Okay.
way you also. Okay, punk frog. Punk. Okay, hold on.
Punk boxing, early 20s frogs. There's 4 of them. They're all named after different punk guys. They were trained both to box really well and also to play punk music.
And what's the
Drums,
name again?
drums, bass, guitar, vocals. Punk boxing, early 20s frogs.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Punk, boxing, early 20s Ninja Frogs. Wait. Yeah.
yeah. And you got Iggy, he's the leader, etc.
This just reminds me of our earlier from maybe episode 4.
Wow.
Maybe later than that. But a joke we did. Teenage Mutant Exploring Their Bodies, Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That's good. That's good stuff. Reaching way down into the archives.
Yeah. We can do that now. We have enough material to be like, remember when we made this joke?
Yeah.
And it was so fucking funny.
It was so funny, and then all the other jokes in between that joke and this joke, and they've all been so funny.
That's true.
And the twist of the episode is every time we make a joke, a frog eats a spider.
Whoa. Does the joke have to be funny?
No, but the spider tastes better the funnier the joke is. How's that? Is this a twist?
Okay, so the twist is that every time you tell a joke, a frog eats a spider, and the funnier the joke is, the better the spider tastes.
Yes. So
That's
when
the twist.
Yes. So way back in episode 4 or whichever, when we said teenage exploring their bodies turtles,
Yeah.
a very, very tasty spider was lunch for a very, very happy frog.
Right. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a twist. It's like, it's twisted.
It's fucking
It's like,
twisted, dude. It's so sick. It's fucked up. Okay, so we did all our work. We have about a minute and a half left.
lizards, reptiles.
Yes.
Now, what do you got?
What sound does a loon make? Wow, it sounds kind of like when a Star Trek door opens. That's that. When a Star Trek door opens, it goes. Oh no, not the door. When they get a text on their little thing, it goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Or sometimes it goes.
Oh,
like that.
that's true. It does go like that sometimes. That's if you have your ringer turned on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Star Trek predicted the flip phone, and we don't ever talk about it, ever. Nobody ever has. And this is a Star Trek podcast.
Actually, people have talked about how Star Trek. Season 1 episode. I think it's like episode 8. Is the Gorn
Mm-hmm.
is the alien.
Okay, good
that
name for an
Spock
alien.
is. Yeah, or that James T. Kirk, Captain, mind you, is fighting in the episode.
Are they frog-like?
No, it's actually reptilian, but kind of close.
Yeah, all right.
So
What's, Oh, you know what? I keep finishing sentences in my head this episode.
go, man.
I was making the whole thing about punk boxing early 20s turtles or frogs.
Yeah.
But I forgot they kind of really already did do it. They were called the Battletoads. It was a video game. They didn't have their own cartoon or anything. But in that era where everybody was like, let's make an animal, let's make our version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And they had one with like bikers, mice, and there were cows that were sheriffs.
Street sharks.
Street sharks, of course.
The cows that were sheriffs.
There were cows that were sheriffs.
What if the cows were the sheriffs?
And so of course they made it to Frogs / Toads, and they had the Battletoads out there. So it's taken. So
Yeah.
cancel the scripts.
Tear them up.
Tear
Put them in
it
the
up.
shredder.
Rip.
That's the part of the podcast. So I want to just end it on a rip.
Let's do it.
Part of the sign off that I say.
It's part of sign off that I say. Hello there. It's almost the end of the show, but not quite. I'm Zach Caffrey,
I'm Jason Ford.
and you just watched the episode of Metaphiles that you watched, and now you're seeing this, and it's the part where we say, it's like us, subscribe to us, comment about it,
Get on our shit.
get on it, build a little community with us. You're all a part of it. It's a nice little world we have here.
It's just a big ball of liking and subscribing and comments.
And it's wonderful to do. And you like doing it. You do.
You do.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
And this week, why not make a comment about bye.
Bye-bye.
Metaphiles.